everyone, my name is John and I'm presenting the Washington Elite. It is the premier platform for news and entertainment in the international blockchain community. And today with me is Billy, the director and co-CEO and co-founder of Satoshi Solutions. Could you please tell me a bit more about your project and what you brought here to the blockchain economy?
Absolutely, John. Thanks a lot for obviously inviting me to speak today. Like you said, I'm the co-founder of Satoshi Solutions, and what we are is one of the fastest growing crypto recruitment agencies. Coming from a recruitment background myself, we felt that the blockchain industry, which is enormous, was very much being underserved when it comes to reliable HR staffing solutions, and a space as infinite as this, without individuals with decades worth of experience, there's probably not more of a need for effective recruitment than there is in an industry as young as this one. So we started Satoshi Solutions, and since then we've evolved into one of the fastest growing and largest recruitment agencies. We work with some of the biggest top 100 CMCs and help them with the really tough vacancies, whether it be a Rust engineer with 4 years experience, all the way down to a pre-seed stealth startup who we might actually build out their entire team for them and tell them where they need to hire and how they need to hire. So that's pretty much what we specialize in, and we travel worldwide to conferences, hackathons, hacker houses to find and unearth that talent that isn't necessarily just sitting there on LinkedIn.
So a question to you. So when you say like a crypto recruitment agency, that means that you recruit people for crypto projects specifically, right?
Exactly. And cryptocurrency is probably 70% of our clientele, but we are agnostic to any blockchain technology. So whether that be DLT, which is nothing, we do actually have agreements with some banks that obviously aren't a cryptocurrency whatsoever, and if anything, the furthest away from it. But they use blockchain technology, so we are still able to deliver them some of the best blockchain developers. So anything really that's related to blockchain in any form is where we leverage our expertise, because it's a space we know so well.
And so, do you help companies to hire only developers and engineers, or you also help with designers and product managers, data scientists, etc.?
Yeah, well, my desk, what I specialize in, we still do the recruitment, me and my co-founder, even now. My desk is product.
Okay.
So I'm talking every day. I speak to hundreds of, well, maybe not. Every day I speak to tens of product owners, product managers, VPs of product. In our company, there's specialization within. So we have a social media manager recruiter, a Rust recruiter, a Golang recruiter, a marketing recruiter, so that any vacancy that a blockchain company may have, we're able to go to someone in our company and say, look, this individual has a network, an extensive network, and we're able to connect the two, so that any vacancy that a company might have, we're able to be there.
And the price for recruiting depends on the complexity of the role that you're helping to find, or is it flat, like 20% of your salary or something like that?
Yeah, so typically, across recruitment, 20% is usually that number. Because we were born in 2021, we wanted to come in as an affordable and probably cheaper option, because recruitment isn't cheap. Recruitment is a thorough service, and it's obviously very important, but it's not cheap. So we wanted to come in at a slightly lower rate. So our rates start at 10%, and they do go up to 20%. But typically, most of our clientele are on that 10 to 15 rate, which is, for the industry, one of the cheapest. So that's why we've been able to grow quite effectively.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's some very good pricing. So for how long have you been in the business? As I understand, from 2021, right?
Yeah, Satoshi Solutions was born out of 2021. I've been into crypto 2017, riding that XRP wave. Probably became disillusioned for a few years after that. But I've been personally investing since 2017. We started, me and my co-founder, we worked at the same company. We did recruitment in Luxembourg, and one day we said to each other, the crypto space and the blockchain industry needs better recruitment companies, and that was we were actually celebrating our 1 year anniversary today.
Okay, so the company was started exactly 1 year ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, wow, man.
October the 4th, we registered as a company in the UK.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. And since then, we've moved to Dubai, which has obviously been a massive stepping stone, obviously being here. It's been great for exposure in this space. So yeah, it's been a great year.
So who are your competitors, and what makes you different?
Yeah, so there are a number. Honestly, it seems that almost all of the crypto recruitment agencies are born out of the UK. And I think that the UK as a country is obsessed with recruitment across all industries. So there are a few in London. Plexus, Resource Solutions, Odin, Crypto Recruit. The blockchain headhunters, they're one of the first. But you can count them on. You can count them on
Excuse
two
me,
hands.
Yeah. So can you just repeat the list of?
Yeah. So you've got a few that come to mind. Plexus are a really big blockchain recruitment agency based out of London. Blockchain headhunters was actually one of the first. You've got crypto recruiters. They're based out in the US. So we've definitely got a few competitors, but I think there are two things that set us apart. One is the pricing we went over. We are cheaper than every company I've just listed, which does matter. When you're dealing with salaries that are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, 5 to 10% is a huge
is a big difference.
So that's definitely one huge area. The second is me and my co-founder. We're at this conference today. We've just flown back from Token 2049. Next week we'll be in Vietnam for Vietnam Blockchain Conference. We've got the team in Thailand right now for Thailand Blockchain Week. We go to every conference that we possibly can. Someone from the team does. We never bump into crypto recruiters. They're always in their office, working obviously, fair play to them, but they're always targeting people on LinkedIn, which we do as well. LinkedIn's great. But when we come to these conferences, we're able to talk to developers who might be anonymous or not on LinkedIn because they don't like that platform per se. We go to hacker houses, hackathons, so we are able to tap into talent pools that I would say that our competitors don't really bother with because it's expensive to go to these conferences. We're sponsoring this one today. It's obviously not cheap. And I think, so pricing and, exposure on the ground, I would say, is our main two distinguishing points.
So what is your main objective here at this conference?
So it's our first, it's our 1 year anniversary, like I said. It's the first conference we've ever sponsored. So for us, it's very exciting. We're seeing, obviously, usually we're at the conference trying to talk to everyone, probably annoying some people. So we were like, okay, let's have our own booth and see what that brings, whether that does bring, we've been on the booth for a few hours now. People are constantly coming up to you. I think it provides a legitimacy to the company as well, which we've been enjoying thus far. But always, whenever we go to conferences, two things. One is obviously potentially find new clientele. That's obviously an important objective for us. But two, like I just aforementioned, we're able to find candidates who aren't on LinkedIn. The amount of people, the most common conversation I have at conferences are typically young people or students who say to me, look, I love blockchain, I'm so into it, but I look online and everyone wants a senior Solidity dev. No one wants a junior Solidity dev. So our point is to make contact with them, find them their CV and resume, and then send it off to our clientele after and say, look, we've got this guy, I met him here, he's really passionate about the space, he doesn't want loads of money, he's obviously 21 years old, can you find a place for him? And I think that's quite a rewarding part of it because we're young ourselves. I'm 23, my co-founder's 24. So we sort of want to try and lower the barriers to entry as well for young people, and we're able to do that through the conferences, hackathons, hacker houses.
That's amazing, man. I very like young people helping young people. I think that's a very good way of going. So how are you finding the conference? Is it meeting your objectives? What is your favorite part? Probably the booth.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like I said, having this first booth, it's a taster for us. And I think, so far it's been really positive just in the first few hours. And I'm also getting the opportunity to speak as well through, this booth. So I'll be speaking on regulation tomorrow, which, as a recruiter, when I was given regulation, I was a bit like, this could be interesting. But I met my panel today, really, really talented group of individuals who have been in the space for, a decade talking about regulation. So to even be able to have that opportunity to converse with them, in the public eye is great for the company, but also great for myself, just in terms of being able to have that experience. So thus far, I've been impressed with blockchain economy. I went to blockchain economy in Istanbul, which we were thoroughly impressed in. Obviously, Istanbul isn't as developed of a blockchain entity as Dubai is yet, and it was very, very well attended. So that's why we decided to sponsor Blockchain Economy Dubai, and thus far, it's early days, but we've been impressed.
So you're enjoying it?
Yeah.
Amazing, man. And so, where do you go from here? What are your plans for the next 3 to 6 months?
Good question. I think what we've seen recently is, we've had that massive drop at the start of the year in pricing. That definitely shocked confidence in the hiring market, but we've now seen a stabilization. Clients are coming back to us who, when the prices dropped, said we're not doing that anymore. So I think it's all about rebuilding those client relationships that had somewhat diminished in Q1 and Q2 as the prices fell, and also just our goal, not for the next 6 months, but our goal indefinitely is to be the #1 crypto recruitment agency. And right now, in terms of employee count, we're not there. So it's about scaling, I think, but scaling rationally. You know, we don't want to hire 20 people and have to let them go if Bitcoin drops to 10K. So it's about a sustainable hiring internally so that we can eventually, you know, be that #1 recruitment agency, and we're only going to do that by making our clients happy. And that's always got to be the case, whether it be 3 months, 6 months, today, tomorrow, yesterday.
So for you as a service-based company, I would like to ask a question that I think worries and that all the founders and directors of all service-based companies think about. How do you do prospecting?
In terms of reaching out to
clients,
potential clients, we have a very varied approach, to say the least. We've obviously got, you know, we don't underestimate cold outreach. I know, you know, the days of cold calling, especially in this space, definitely don't exist. But any vacancy that's posted in the job board, on any job board, whether it be a Web3 job board or not, we've got our team on it straight away, offering our services to them, giving them insight into how, you know, who we are. But when we started a year ago, you know, everything was outreach. Because we're now known in the space, you know, even when I go to a conference, I see a familiar face, people see our logo and they go, oh, I know Satoshi Solutions. We're now being able to benefit from inbound work, which, you know, is any founder's dream. Inbound work, especially when you struggle those first few months to even get your first client, to have people coming to you off either a referral or someone just seeing, you know, we're now on social medias, we're smashing those channels, etc., conferences, whatnot, you know, your LinkedIn outreach. So it's you know, honestly, it's not been too much of an issue for us prospecting. Actually, I think it's more just been we've got the clients, but people are just freezing hiring, and that's been the biggest problem this year. You know, you can't force people to hire at the end of the day if they want to steady the ship and maintain their workforce, which is rational in a time like this of such uncertainty. I can't criticize an industry for doing that. It would be problematic if we were doing the opposite. So I think, you know, our biggest issue, which is a horrible reality, is the price of Bitcoin, because it's out of our control. And that is, for many in this space, frustrating because there's nothing I can do. You know, I can maximize my opportunity and chances, but if I wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin's at $6,000, we're in trouble.
Nobody's going to recruit for crypto companies.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
What is your website and social media? How do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so we've got our website, satoshисolutions.xyz, so it's spelled as it should be, Satoshi Solutions. We've got XYZ at the end. On there, we have a bunch of you know, contact methods. I'm on LinkedIn, Billy Duenas, usually quite easy to find. Telegram is obviously a preferred channel. But yeah, we're on Instagram, Satoshi Solutions. We're on Twitter, Satoshi Solutions. If you type in that, you'll be able to find us. We've been working on our SEO, so I'd like to think so anyway.
What about the best source of free traffic?
The best what source?
The best source of free traffic. You don't use it?
No, I don't really deal too much with the growth side of things in the company.
Okay.
So maybe my co-founder will be a better person to talk to.
Maybe. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, sure.
TikTok.
No, we're not on TikTok. No, I've never even had the app, to be fair, as a personal user. So no, I haven't.
Really think about this, because I know many service-based companies and product-based companies, and in Web 2 specifically, who have, or in Web 1 even, I don't know, like in e-commerce, for example, that have grown their businesses drastically from TikTok and get so many leads and so many clients, and it's a very effective tool.
I really wouldn't undervalue. And I know the crypto space seems to be really favouring it as well. So I think I'd probably want to maybe get someone on who's quite well versed in it, because I wouldn't know where to start. You know, I sound like a granddad. I'm 23, Christ. But I'd like to bring on someone who's had success with TikTok, and yeah, I think that'd definitely be.
Are you a Zoomer or you're a millennial? So who do you identify yourself as? Do you identify yourself as a Zoomer or as a millennial?
I would say. I don't even know. I guess a millennial. I would say.
Okay, then you can be. You can be blessed with not knowing about TikTok so well.
But I must be on the border. I must be.
Yeah, you're very close. So, man, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Billy. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. A pleasure.